balanced scoring effort. Is it kind of like McGlenn, where you're like, we're okay with McGlenn getting his points as long as we do well in the other guys, or is what might be the similarities and differences?
Yeah, you touched on it, Cole. They're pretty balanced. They've had a number of different guys involved, and almost all of their possessions are under 12. But they've had a number of different guys involved in those possessions. So that by itself it's a real challenge because it could be any of the five guys in the starting lineup involved late in the shot. You say late in the shot clock, and you're talking about a normal game, if you will. Those late in the shot clock possessions happen a half a dozen times, right? With Missouri State, it's going to be under 12 almost every possession. But I think if somebody is playing pretty well in that group, or Krecklo off the bench, they've got 6 or 7 of them, 6 probably, where they could be involved. So they're probably too balanced to be able to say. So we're going to have to mix it up some like we have inside. And then you've got to guard all those guys because all of those guys are capable of getting a basket for them under 12. And that's not always the case. And a lot of times it's 2 or 3 guys. When that shot clock gets under 12, it's usually going to be 2 or 3 guys. What they've shown is all 5 starters, Krecklo, any of those guys, or all of those guys have gotten them baskets under, when that shot clock's been down at the end of their possession. So that part's a real challenge.
You've been in this league for 18 years. Just your thoughts on 4 games to go and 7 teams are either in first place or 2 games out of first. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I don't. I don't remember it ever being like this. I don't. Some of you guys and you've been around it as long as I have or longer, right? And you look at all the leagues around the country. I don't think you'll find it. I don't think you're going to find the 7 teams within 2 games of first. It's different that way, and it's going to make for a fun 2 weeks.
This is something else we talked about, but just nothing you can do about it. But how about how you're catching Missouri State going to their place? They just got a big road win. They're tied for first.
Yeah.
As that plays into the scenario with your thoughts on how you catch it?
Yeah, I don't. As we've talked about here, and we've talked about on air and off air, after games, it's just you're going to catch them somehow, right? You're going to catch them after a big win, or you're going to catch them after a tough loss, or you're going to catch them when they're playing well, or you're going to catch a team that's lost 5 in a row and doing a winning game. I mean, you're going to catch them somehow. I mean, I wish I had a better answer, right? I mean, you're going to catch them somehow, and they've played great. They've I think it's 7 out of 8 that they've won since they've made that change, and that tells you that Dana and his staff have just done a really good job, but also that the players have bought into the change they made 8 games ago. They've done a great job in putting themselves in position, and so we're going to have a good one.
Talk about the Bears offensively. Defensively, they're the top team in the league. What makes them so defensively?
Well, they get time off that shot clock. They'll sit in that 3/4 court press, and they'll knock some time off that shot clock. So by the time you start into your offense, it's somewhere between 22 and 18. And then some of those possessions, they'll once they get back there, they'll sit in a zone for 1, 2, or 3 passes, and then get shifted into man-to-man. So by the time you figure some of that stuff out, you're on a short clock, and that was a challenge for us. When we saw them here. And then you're playing, most of the possessions you're going to play under 12, and there isn't a lot you can do about it. You need to know going in that you're going to play both ends of the floor. You're going to play a lot of possessions under 12 on the shot clock, and that's just different. You don't have very many games like that. In fact, it'll be, my guess is the 2 games we play with Missouri State will be the only 2 that are really even close to the way these 2 get played. So that's a challenge. Anybody else? Okay, thank you.